I want you to imagine a conversation, whether it's with somebody else or with yourself, whether it's journaling or through an experience, that brings up a lot for you. It elicits certain memories or even inner dialogue within you that ultimately explains the root of certain behaviors that you or someone else has had. Those aha moments, these moments of clarity, of diving deep into the waters that is our psyche, is so deeply rooted to the sign of Scorpio. And when we see this new moon happening at 9 degrees in Scorpio at the end of October, we will likely have some of these experiences if we're open to them. Hello friends, it's your girl Alina, and welcome to my channel. On this channel, we focus on all things alignment, aligning with astrological and seasonal shifts, and most importantly, aligning with our intuition. Now, in this video, we'll be diving into this powerful new moon happening at 9 degrees in Scorpio, either on October 31st or November 1st, depending on your time zone. Now, Scorpio energy is deeply transformative if we let it be. So this lunation will definitely be inviting us to embrace change, introspection, and potential emotional transmutation or regeneration. Now, the new moon is always this time for setting intentions and planting seeds. And when in Scorpio, we'll definitely be working with the energy of its transformation and emotional depth, the acknowledgement of ours and others' shadow sides. So this can be an incredibly potent time for things like personal renewal, healing, and tapping into our inner power. Now, as always, with each lunation and astrological event, it will impact us differently depending on where it lands in our natal chart. So I always suggest for you to find out what house this new moon will fall in your chart so that you can more accurately predict what specific areas of life are being activated right now and being illuminated by this Scorpio new moon. So I'll start by showing you each sign and the house that this moon will land on for you. And I always suggest checking for your rising sign, so you can pause to read. And for anyone curious, I've made an entire write-up breaking down what are our natal charts relative to a full moon and new moon. It's activating certain areas. What does all of that mean? I have a full blog post that you can grab in the description box to learn more. Now, Scorpio is a sign that's known for its intensity, emotional depth, and capacity for transformation. So under this new moon, we're being encouraged to dig a bit deeper and explore areas of our lives where we might be feeling ready for a reset. Scorpio energy is really asking us to embrace that shadow work, to heal and to rise stronger. So this lunation can be perfect for releasing any emotional baggage that has come to the forefront of our awareness, letting go of limiting beliefs, and embracing any sort of next chapters with a bit more clarity and strength because we took time to look deeper into it, into the deeper rooted motivations of it all. Also, if you haven't already gotten yours, be sure to grab your 2025 Auraline Astrology Planner. They contain 2025's top transits, dedicated full and new moon journal, prompt areas, and so much more, all in the same place where you track your year. So be sure to check it out. And there are certain colors moving quicker than others, so be sure to grab yours while they're available. Now, in terms of top transits happening around the time of this full moon, first up, we have Mars in Cancer opposing Pluto in Capricorn, which is currently retrograde. The energy of this aspect is one that can definitely bring more buried issues to the surface. So be prepared for the potential of more transformative conversations or even realizations on your own. Next, we'll have Mercury in Scorpio forming a trine with retrograde Neptune in Pisces. Now, this will be creating a pretty powerful flow between our communication and our intuition. Now, this transit is definitely one that will be enhancing our ability to tap into these deeper truths, spiritual insights, and having just a bit more emotional clarity. So be sure to pay attention to those Neptune ruled dreams, inklings, lighter intuitive feelings, and take note of that in expressing them, because this connection between Mercury and Neptune will make it so it feels a lot easier to tell and express what you are picking up on. We'll also see that Mercury in Scorpio will be forming a trine with Mars in Cancer, which will definitely be adding this emotional drive to our communication. So this transit will definitely be supporting us in expressing our needs and desires, especially if there's anything that feels like it's tied to just passion or intensity that we've been wanting to get out. Especially those that maybe require more emotional honesty or vulnerability, any sort of situations like that. These are the type of transits that will support us in speaking up about them. And finally, one day after the new moon on November 2nd, Mercury will be entering the adventurous and truth-seeking sign of Sagittarius. Now this shift will be bringing in a bit of levity, more optimistic energy to our communication and thinking patterns. And after the intense introspective vibes of Mercury and Scorpio, this transit will definitely be encouraging us to broaden our perspectives and really think big, especially when we're focusing on long-term goals and visions, and not being afraid to network, ask questions, and gain more information about it. And before we dive in, I want to remind you that if you'd like an outline of this and any of my future astrology forecast videos outlined and emailed directly to your inbox, then be sure to sign up for the Align newsletter. Okay, now that we've covered the transits that will be influencing and sort of giving context to this new moon, let's talk about how we can work with the Scorpio energy. So as many of you already know, Scorpio is all about transformation, shadow work, emotional release, and getting deep. So consider setting intentions around things like emotional healing, releasing any sort of unconscious or conscious toxic patterns, and diving deeper into your personal growth and your personal psyche, these influences. What is the root behind any sort of cycles that you've become aware of in your life or in others that you might be participating in some way? Now, as always, we got to do some journal prompts for this lunation. So if you have your Align astrology planner, be sure to take it out and flip over to the dedicated Scorpio New Moon section to journal along. What patterns or emotional baggage might you be ready to release during the Scorpio new moon? What would it look like for you to embrace transformation in your life? Do you feel called to change or process anything? Do you have any new intentions for this new lunar cycle? All right, if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, I'd love if you commented 3 scorpion emojis to let me know. Or you can just let me know if you've already been feeling any of this new moon energy or what your answers were for the journal prompts. I feel like for me, especially coming out of Pluto retrograde, there have been so many deeper rooted, emotionally, just clarifying patterns that have been popping up for me over the course of the summer that I feel like I see so clearly now. And so much of it has to do with how I interact with people, how I communicate my boundaries, how I hold space for how I feel versus how other people feel, how I reconcile that, find balance in that. With Pluto going direct, I feel like so many of these experiences that I've picked up on that caused a lot of introspection during retrograde, I feel so ready to kind of take aligned steps with in terms of the lessons that I've learned. And there's a book that I'm reading right now. It's called Stop People Pleasing. It's such an incredible book. 10 out of 10. I am enjoying it so much. I've been listening to it on Audible and I've had to pause so many times to just sit and process the gems that she has dropped in that book. I bring that up because with this being a Scorpio new moon, Scorpio is all about these deeper rooted things, diving into the deep waters of our psyche and our inner motivations in so many different ways. Diving into these patterns, it's just so illuminating and it's very deeply empowering. Very empowering because with this deeper level of understanding, it's easier to understand how to break certain cycles and it's easier to imagine a different future and take aligned steps. So anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. Let me know if any of that resonates with you. I also like to know for you with Pluto retrograde coming to an end earlier this month, what was that experience for you? Did you notice anything happening with that? As always, y'all, oh my goodness. We've been getting so many orders in, especially for the purple Align astrology planner, but the second runner-up is green. Don't forget to grab yours and don't wait because there's certain colors that are selling quicker than others. With all of that said, I'm gonna leave you with my favorite quote, and that is, be gentle with yourself because life is about the journey, not the destination. All right, see you in the next one. Peace.